Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name's Jamie. In today's video, we're gonna share my April faves and flops. I can't believe April is already over and that summer's right around the corner, but I ended up trying a lot of products that I really liked this month and some products that just didn't work out for me. So the first product that I'm super excited to share is a Dose of Colors liquid lipstick. If you've been following my 9 brands in 2019 video, Dose of Colors is one of the brands that I wanted to try. Ulta did that thing where they send out their 20% off coupon the same week or like the week before the VIB sale. Plus it was my birthday month, so I had another discount stacked on that. So it was just an excuse for me to go shopping. As I was wandering around the aisles, I ended up stopping at Dose of Colors and standing at the display for way too long because several Ulta employees even asked me if I was looking for anything. I went back and forth between several liquid lipsticks, deciding what shade would work because I wanted to make sure that if I was going to try a shade, it'd be a color that I'd get a lot of use out of. I ended up settling upon the shade Truffle, which is a perfect nude for me every day. There's a dried down swatch of the color on the back of my hand, and it's a perfect like rosy toned nude that I feel like complements a lot of looks really well and that I can wear from a day-to-day basis. And I ended up loving this formula. I wore it out for my birthday with a couple of friends, and I found that even though we were like talking and drinking, it never gave me that weird line on my lips, and it still looked completely great after the night. I've worn this for several hours during the workday too, and I find that it doesn't really break down with food significantly, and it doesn't feel as drying as some other liquid lipsticks. When I finish work and I get in my car to drive home, I ended up looking at my makeup and I'm always just like, what looks good, what held up? And this lipstick held up really well. It still looked really good on my lips and it didn't look drying at all, which is a big plus considering I wore it for about 8+ hours. So I'm really happy with this formula and I really do recommend it. Now that I know I like this formula, I'm just gonna have to go back to Ulta next time they have a sale and pick up some more colors because I really did enjoy this formula and I would easily place it in the top 5 liquid lipstick formulas in my collection. Another video that I did this month was a Marshalls and TJ Maxx haul. I love going to Marshalls and TJ Maxx because you can get such great makeup on discounts and it gives me the opportunity to try makeup and brands that I wouldn't have picked up otherwise. A product that I picked up was from Too Faced, and this is the Peach My Cheeks Melting Powder Blush, and this is in the shade Ginger Peach. I've mentioned before I'm trying to get more into cream blushes, so I thought this would be the perfect item to pick up. This is what the color looks like, and as you can see, I've completely worn down the imprint that says Too Faced. This is a swatch of the color as well, and it's a really pretty like orangey color, and it's really luminous on the skin. My favorite way to apply this is take a nice stippling brush into the product and just stipple it on my cheeks because I find when I use my fingers to apply it, I end up with way too much blush and it just looks like I've been out in the cold all day. But I really love this blush. I find that it gives me a nice natural finish and because it's a cream, it doesn't look too heavy on my skin. It layers well on top of my foundations and I find that just gives myself like a nice luminous fresh glow, and I think this color is so flattering for the spring and summer. It complements most of my eye looks, and I find that it has a decent wear time, especially for a cream product. I am really impressed with this, and I think if I find more shades at TJ Maxx or Marshalls, I would consider picking this up. The product does have that characteristic peach scent that the Too Faced line has, but I find that I don't smell it on my skin. But if you are sensitive to fragrances, it's something to make note of. A product that I'm really surprised that I ended up liking is the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop Concealer. I have mine in the shade Vanilla, and one of my friends picked this up and recommended it, but we tend to have different makeup preferences, so I wasn't sure if I was going to try it. I picked this up during the Ulta 21 Days of Beauty sale because I was already in there and, just browsing around, and I thought I might as well give it a go, and I'm pleasantly surprised with the concealer. I didn't try the Can't Stop Won't Stop foundation because I thought it'd be too drying and too matte and too full coverage and not really meet my makeup needs. So when they came out with the concealer, I was intrigued, but hesitant because I thought it would match the formula of the foundation. But I find that although this has a decent amount of coverage, it doesn't look cakey on my under eyes. I can blend it out with either a beauty blender or a sponge and it shows me a nice natural finish, and I can just apply less product and it blends out really evenly. I'm happy with this concealer and I find that I can even use it on my later foundation days and it doesn't look like my eyes are too bright or too stark or contrasting. This works really well. I don't really set my concealers on a typical basis and I find that this doesn't crease significantly. It looks really good under my under eyes even after a full day of wear and I'm pleasantly surprised with this. I would even consider picking up a darker shade to contour with, but I have another NYX concealer I'm trying to work through for that purpose. Another product that I picked up is this L'Oreal Infallible Fresh Wear Foundation in the shade 415. I really like this foundation. I find that it's the perfect match for my skin tone and it gives me nice coverage. But I'm actually not sure if this foundation is breaking me out. It has a really strong scent, so if you are sensitive to fragrances, I would not recommend this foundation at all because I don't find myself particularly sensitive, but this one does kind of get to me. If I found out this was breaking me out, I would be heartbroken because I absolutely love the coverage this gives on me. It's natural and buildable, and I like the fact that you can still see my skin and my freckles through my foundation while evening out my skin tone. I've even recommended this to a friend. It's a nice natural finish. It's not dewy, it's not matte. It just looks like skin, and I'm really happy with this. I hope it's not breaking me out. So I have 2 flops for the month, and the first one is something I am so disappointed to share, and it's the First Aid Beauty Triple Protection Skin Tint in the shade Light. I also picked this up in the same TJ Maxx Marshall video that I got the Too Faced blush in, and I was so excited to try this. First Aid Beauty is one of my favorite skincare brands, so I thought that their makeup would also work well with me because I know I like their skincare. First of all, this shade is not light in any sort of definition. I'll do a quick swatch of it, but it's orange. So that's what the color looks like, and that's it blended out. So as you can see, it's definitely not my color. But because it was sheer, I was hoping I could work with it, and I do have some lighter foundations I was able to mix in with this to match my shade. So all that aside, I was still really excited to try this. I find that this holds up well for a few hours, but I was looking forward to wearing it to work, where it could look really nice and not cakey, and just make my skin look nice and even, and I could wear it for 8 to 10 hours. But this looked terrible at the end of the day. I would get in the car and pull down the mirror and couldn't believe how bad my makeup looked. It clinged to every single dry patch that I had and made it look so unflattering, and it broke up everywhere. I can't get along with this product. I think if I want something coverage for like running out to the grocery store or something really quick, I could use this. But if I want a nice, buildable, lightweight coverage on a day-to-day basis, I will not reach for this because it just looks terrible a few hours into the wear. And the last fail that I have is this NYX Epic Black Mousse Liner. I bought this because I've been trying to get more into gel liners. I think they provide nice versatility that a liquid or a pencil doesn't. But this one is completely dried out. I haven't even had the product long enough for it to be this dry. And I tried putting in a few drops of eye drops because I've heard that will help, revitalize a product and really bring it back. But it did absolutely nothing for this. It made a weird black liquid on the top, but I couldn't even get it to work. I can barely swatch the product and it doesn't leave any sort of pigmentation at all. I really do want to try gel liners because I feel like they're a fun way to add color and you could really sculpt out the shape. ColourPop is re-releasing their cream gel liners in both the pots and the pencils, and I'm probably going to try those because this was an absolute fail for me. I do not recommend this liner to anybody, and I'm really upset with it because I was really looking forward to trying it out and using it on a day-to-day basis because I bought like 3 angled brushes to try to make this work, but unfortunately, it's a major flop. So those are all my faves and flops for the month. What products have you tried that you've loved, and what products just haven't worked out for you? I'd love if you let me know down below. If you like this video, I hope you'll consider subscribing to my channel. I post a new video about once or twice a week, and I hope to see you back on my next one. Thanks for watching.